On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Conversation, right? At the end of the day, we men, we just can't coddle our voice in a public platform just for everybody else. Our concerns have to come primary because we are the highest concern. If we fail, everybody else fails. So it's just like we have to set a larger example, not a coddled example. That's just my outlook. Now you can feel differently, but like for instance, in front of my family, I don't coddle myself to a certain extent. I let them show, I let them see how I lead. You know what I'm saying? I can't just come in the house and play this coddle position. They have to see, so there's an example going forward in the future. And I just think the platform is an extension of that. If we all gonna have this conversation and we're gonna talk, we might as well talk like grown men. And the ladies are around, we let them get their spiel off. But I mean, the hierarchy is really there for us.
That's it. You also, as a leader, you must also have all your constituents or your followers have a sense of ownership in the vision.
Mm-hmm.
You have a vision, they have ownership in the vision, and then you execute the vision together. That's the one thing. But also, let's go back to Africa, because I'm African. My parents are from Ghana, and let me take it even deeper. I'm part of the Ewe tribe.
Right.
The Ewe tribe is a paternal tribe. It's a patriarchy. So
right.
We go by the man's last name, not the woman. There are other tribes that are matriarchal tribes, right? So just like Courtney said, everybody is different, right? Everybody rules different, but everybody uses different things to keep account of everybody. Like my name, if you go to Ghana, everybody's middle name is Kojo, Kwame, Abana, whatever. That name means the day you was born, because they didn't use numbers. So Kojo, my middle name, means I was born on Monday, right? It's a method to everybody's madness, and there's no monolith. Because if we want to go back to olden days, then you're gonna say if based on what you said, that means we should practice polygamy.
Right, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when she says is matrilineal, she's essentially saying it like, if correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
She's essentially saying like the woman had input on leading, and that was never the case. So just like you said,
I get what you're saying. Now it makes sense. You're saying the word matriarchy doesn't mean that the woman had power. It just has something to do with tracing the lineage.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Then you say that you're right, but I also want to stand on her side and said that there were women that led, and like I gave that.
Of course. So
you're right. He's technically right about that word.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, just like my father and my mother, as you got older, you realized the lady was running the show too. She just didn't look like it. You get what I'm saying? Like ladies lead from behind. A lot of women lead from behind. You'd be surprised who runs the show when you really watch what's going on.
Well, when we talk about leading from the front as far as women, that's a rare occasion. And I'm not saying that nobody's capable, because this is a crazy place. Anything can happen. But what I'm saying for the most part is that it's always been men, and we just can't switch that up right now and then think that's going to work. We just have to have respect for our men, and that's pretty much what it's got to be.
I mean, he has a point. That's why people say Trump won last time, because when the white man voted for Trump, the wives followed suit, because more white women voted for Trump. Matter of fact, let me get y'all more mad. I voted for Trump.
Yeah.
But that's another talk. We talk about that later.
All right, talk that shit. Talk that shit. I mean, part my language.
I voted for Trump, and I voted for him, and now you know why I voted for him. Look what Biden did.
Right.
All right, let's go. That's it.
All right. And one other thing. So like, we got to be careful about like coming on these platforms and then like catering to the younger crowd. Like, if anything, they should just see us like pretty much. I think all of us, we're in the same age range. You know what I'm saying? I'm 38. Like, we the leaders of the next generation. We shouldn't be concerned about talking to little kids when we talking. You know what I'm saying? We should be concerned.
As a leader of the next generation.
What's that?
As a leader, you
right,
should.
But we're talking amongst ourselves. Like,
I know, but I'm telling you, just as a fact checking situation, you should fact check the things you say on a public platform. I'll just leave it there.
But what does that pertain to?
No. Please continue with your statement, because I do want to hear the rest of your statement.
All right. So what I'm trying to say is that like we all are part of this age group, right? We pretty much, we are the lead. We are the example, right? So we can't pretend like we're in a kindergarten class and we got a bunch of kids, so we gotta kind of tamper down what we're saying. Even if there is kids listening to us, let's say they are 18 younger. Let's say they are younger than 25, right? I don't think they're younger than 25, but let's say they are. They should be seeing the format that we have in order to go forward. They shouldn't really be coddled like, hold up, now the kids are here. It's, if anything, it's like, yo, this is what we doing and this is the format for it. So I say that to say we weren't too much about who's on the platform or saying what. And a lot of the things that we're saying need to be more pragmatic. Like, you know, and I understand a lot of y'all religious, but at the same time, we got to talk about pragmatic things. Like, for instance, if the United States goes to war, they're not worried about the scripture. It's like, did A happen? Okay, so we're going to let B happen. And then we're going to go to C. So, like, in terms of the red pill and how we deal with females and things like that, okay, if the females are not listening, then we just have to simply do away with paying attention to them. No matter what the Bible said. Go ahead.
When you go into a barbershop,
right,
you have your conversation. Do you temper, guide, or direct the way the conversation is going, or do you just flow how the conversation is? So, in other words, do you go and say, hey, never mind the shorties, the 5-year-olds that's waiting to get their haircut, never mind the 10-year-olds, the 12-year-olds, we talking how we talk. So if we say slut monkey, shit, suck, fuck, whatever, whoopie woo, never mind that, because we adults in here and we
really, you know me. Really, you know me.
I'm asking you, so say
it. Yeah. Really, you know me. It's like, yo, if it's an adult's place, that's it. Now, if I'm in a kindergarten school, that's another thing. But we're in an adult's place. A barbershop, no, that's an adult's place to me.
Right. And so what I'm saying is the way I understand it, JR can come in and correct me if I'm wrong, the way he created the platform, it's a combination of barbershop, nail salon, hair salon, whatever, right? Because you got male perspective, female perspective. And what I continue to find interesting, there's no jab at you, but what I continue to find interesting is that everybody has input on how the man has created this platform. And I constantly ask him in after hours, like, yo, how did you come up with this? What do you think? This, that, and third, whoopie woo. What's the purpose? And he said it like a million times over. And then we still come up here and tell him how he should run the platform and how guests should be responding when we should just be having a conversation.
Right, but if we should be just having a conversation, right, at the end of the day, we men, we just can't coddle our voice in a public platform just for everybody else. Our concerns have to come primary because we are the highest concern. If we fail, everybody else fails. So it's just like we have to set a larger example, not a coddled example. That's just my outlook. Now, you could feel differently, but like, for instance, in front of my family, I don't coddle myself to a certain extent. I let them show, I let them see how I lead. You know what I'm saying? I can't just come in the house and play this coddle position. They have to see, so there's an example going forward in the future. And I just think the platform is an extension of that. If we all gonna have this conversation and we're gonna talk, we might as well talk like grown men. And the ladies are around, we let them get their spiel off. But I mean, the hierarchy is really there for us.